So in InDesign, we're going to be largely working with text, and text exists within what are called text frames in InDesign. I can go ahead and go down to my text tool right here, and as I click and drag, it's going to create what's called a text frame. It's giving me information about how big it is. It will snap to guides, and whenever I release, my cursor's flashing and it's ready to be typed into. By the way, a really great trick, you can right-click any sort of text frame, and there is a fill with placeholder text right here. Whenever you click that, it will just fill it with some placeholder text. This is really, really great. So I can move this text frame around using my selection tools, right? Pretty basic stuff. We're all kind of used to this. InDesign also allows you to add text to any other type of frame that you build. So down here, this is the frame tool. There's rectangular frame, ellipse frame, and polygon frame. Now these are typically for graphics, but you can also use them for text. So let's draw out an ellipse frame and release it. And whenever I switch to my text tool, as I move over, notice that the cursor changes to that circle. So over here, it's giving me a little square because I'm going to be drawing a frame. And now it's going to insert text into this frame. Let's right click and fill with placeholder text, and we can see the difference. This is great. Now each text frame actually has a couple different options that you can play around with whenever you select them. So I'm selecting them with my selection tool. The first one I want to point out is this yellow edit corners button. Whenever we click this, it switches to corners mode, which is basically like the corner rounding tool in Illustrator. If I click and drag this to the left, it adds a little radius onto my corners. If I click and drag it to the right, it removes that radius. If I shift click, I can change just one corner at a time. And down here we have type options, which allow you to do things like convert all your type to capital letters. Now notice, as I've been playing with this, I have this little red plus here. We talked about this a little bit in Illustrator, but I want to focus on it here. This is the extended text plus. This means that there's more text in this box than can be currently displayed. So for example, if my text size, I'm just going to select all by doing Command or Control A and upping my font size. It says, okay, we want to show all the text, but it's too extended. It's going too far down. Well, whenever we click this, it changes my tool to a little text frame tool, and I can drag out a new frame, and it will continue that text. And look, there's still more, so I can click that, and maybe I drag out another frame, and so on and so forth. As I delete frames, it's not deleting the text, it's just deleting the frame that's held within. If I draw another shaped frame, so for instance, let's use a polygon tool this time. If I switch back to my selection tool, I select this and I click my little plus and I click this, it will try and just fill in that continuing text over here.